Hey guys, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. So tonight I've got 3 videos I'm going to share with you. There's the vegetarian nachos that you guys have been requesting. So let's get into it. So the ingredients I'm going to use for beef stroganoff is I've got 2 pieces of beef. You kind of get what you can. So it's just under a kilo. It's about 800-ish grams. Then I've got 200 grams of mushrooms. Now I want the loose mushrooms because they were cheaper. Meant to use a brown onion, but I'm just going to use a red one just because they're smaller. My brown ones are massive. Some beef stock, plain flour. I'm going to be using sweet smoked paprika, Worcestershire sauce, garlic and tomato paste. And I've kept it in the fridge, going to use some sour cream. So these are the ingredients I'm going to be using for beef stroganoff. So first off, I'm going to start off by chopping up the chuck steak. In the kitchen, I'm really slow when I'm cooking, so I'm trying to be more efficient. So I love it when you give me tips and hacks in the comments below. Today, what I'm doing is I'm putting them both slabs of the meat on top of each other to try and quicken up the process a little bit. It did kind of work, but I wanted to get a lot of the fat off, so I had to chop it into small pieces like this. Next, they're going to be covered in flour, and then I'm going to brown them off in the saucepan. So what I'm going to do here is set this up for my 3-year-old, and as you'll see here, I modelled showing her just doing one of them, and that's what she did. When I was editing this, I thought, oh, she's being so diligent, and each piece she completely covered in flour before putting it on the other plate. And then I realised, well, that's how I demonstrated it to her. That's how I modelled it, so that's what she's done. I'd love to know in the comments below what your kids do to help you out with cooking. And now I'm just going to speed the video up. And then I came over and just did a handful of steak at a time. Next, I'm going to brown off the steak. I don't know about you, but I saw it somewhere and I can't remember where. There was this slow cooker crock pot that you could use on the stove and then use it as a slow cooker as well. I just find it interesting that you just got to brown the meat so much, but I suppose if you don't, it just ends up sloppy. Although this meal is delicious and Dave requests it every single month, there is a lot of prep before putting it into the slow cooker. As I mentioned before, I normally get the punnet of mushrooms, but these were the loose mushrooms. They're a lot cheaper and they still worked out great. So I'll do that again just to save a little bit of money with this dish. Next, I'm putting it in the sauces and spices. This recipe is from Beck, the Frugal Family of 6. So go check out her blog and support her there if you want to know exactly what I've put in here. And then I'm putting it on slow cook for 6 hours. Then I'm going to tidy up the mess I've created, and it just needs sour cream in the last half an hour before it's served. And I served it with potatoes. I didn't mash them just because my 1-year-old's not really enjoying that texture of potatoes, so I thought I'd try it in little pieces and see if it was more successful. And it wasn't. The next dinner I'm sharing with you is vegetarian nachos, so it has onion powder, salt, cumin, paprika, oregano oil and some diced tomatoes, as well as 3 cans of beans. It doesn't really matter which ones you use. I've got here kidney beans, black beans, and a 3-bean Mexican mix. I've also done it with butter beans and sea beans, and cannellini. After they've been rinsed, then I'm going to put this in my pan that I absolutely love. I've got it linked in the description box below if you want to go have a closer look at it. It's fantastic because it goes in the oven as well, which I don't actually end up doing this time, but it has that option. So first off, I'm just going to put all the beans in there, heat them up before adding in all the spices, and then I'm going to put in the crushed tomatoes. And then I'm going to put 5 minutes on the microwave and just give those herbs and spices a chance just to infuse through all those beans so that it's a really great flavour. And while that's happening, I'm putting all the corn chips on a tray. I forgot to put the baking paper underneath, which is a shame. I put some cheese down first because why not? We absolutely love cheese in our house. And then on the top, I'm putting cheese as well. Now, what I'd normally do is actually put it in the oven grill, like on the grill setting, until it was all melted, and I didn't do that this time, but it worked out so much better because it just melted on the beans. The corn chips were still really crunchy, so it was fantastic. This is how I plan to do it in the future, so it saves me turning on the oven as well. And then on top we put some avocado and sour cream, and I like to just put it in the center of the table so that everyone can help themselves, and that's why this worked out really well too, because the tray wasn't hot. And then I've just got a clip here. I just wanted to share this little kitchen hack with you. My mum gave it to me for Christmas, and it's just a spoon holder, and it works really well. And you know, in the past I've kind of used a plate or nothing at all, and the actual big spoons sit really well. So I've seen them in Woolies. If you're having trouble with your cooking utensils, I recommend it. It works really well for us. And then the last recipe I want to share with you is pork lettuce cups. This is a favourite in our house. I try and do it every month because I really like it. So the ingredients you'll need for this is sesame oil, oyster sauce, sweet soy sauce, ginger, garlic, and some spring onions. If you like that, you can put it through the dish as well as just a garnish at the end. Cos lettuce hearts. It's any kind of lettuce really, but I like those ones. And then some pork, although today I'm using beef. I normally do it with pork. Beef tasted great too. This is another recipe from Nicole, the Simple Housewife. I've got it linked below. As you can tell, when I find some other mums that are cooking food that their kids eat, I know my kids will eat it too, so that's why I keep sharing with you their recipes. Beck and Nicole are two of my faves that I go to. So once the mince is browned, just using the pull chopper to chop up peanuts. I'm also going to be adding water chestnuts to this. I like the crunchy taste of it, so I'm chopping that up in the pull chopper as well, so it's really small. I'm just trying to be more efficient in the kitchen, so if you've got any tips to increase efficiency, I'd love to read them in the comments below. And you know what, so would other people, so that'd be great if you could share your knowledge. My hot tip with this one with kids is eat it outside if you possibly can. Otherwise you'll have vermicelli noodles all over the floor. Well, that's what happens in our house anyway, so as much as possible I try and eat this outside. What other veggies do you add to your lettuce cups? I was thinking maybe next time I should chop up some broccoli and put that in as well. Maybe some capsicum. I don't know. What do you guys put? Thanks heaps for watching. I know you guys have really been requesting those vegetarian nachos, so I'm happy to finally be sharing them with you. Bye. Thanks heaps for watching. If you missed my recent What's for Dinner video, it's right here. Go watch it if you want. Have a great day.